What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video, and today we are doing another career sim. This one for stud rookie receiver Justin Jefferson, of course out of LSU. He has been ridiculous this year, arguably one of the best receivers in the league. He's played like a top 3 to 5 receiver. He's been unstoppable, unguardable, has showcased very good hands, but it's the route running for me that has elevated him above many other receivers in the league, and especially on his own team. Even though Adam Thielen's a touchdown machine, Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, has outplayed him for sure. And we're doing a career sim following his career, not rebuilding the team. I've done a Vikings rebuild. It's on the channel already. So if you want to check that out, I'll be doing another one down the line as well. So make sure you subscribe for that. It is free to subscribe. You can always unsubscribe, although I really hope that you don't. So go down there. If you're not subscribed already, about 50% of you guys watching the video are not subscribed, probably based on averages. It might be even a little bit higher. So go down there, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot as I try to get to 250,000 subscribers, as Justin Jefferson has over 1,000 yards so far as a rookie. What did he do today? It is Sunday as I record this, well, I guess into Monday morning, and Justin Jefferson had, let's see here, he had 121 yards and eclipsed the 1K mark. Of course, I did know he hit over 1,000 yards. Didn't know exactly how many receiving yards, but 121 today. He is a beast. I think he might even be an all-pro, and it's very rare that you see a rookie get all-pro honors, especially as a receiver. So shout out Justin Jefferson for just being amazing. If you guys are down for more career sims, let me know down in the comments section below. We've done Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert. The first non-rookie we did was Patrick Mahomes, and this is the first non-quarterback. Should be fun to see how this goes. He is receiver 1. I've lined him up in the slot, and he should be amazing. So, of course, CPU is handling every single move for the team, and we're just tracking Justin Jefferson, seeing what he's doing. We'll simulate to the playoffs here and see if the Vikings make the playoffs. 6-6 in real life. They're right on the bubble. They really need to win games, and they just didn't win enough. 8-8. Couldn't sneak into the playoffs, but Justin Jefferson as a rookie is going to be in the Rookie of the Year conversation for sure. You look at the rookie quarterbacks, they're AFC guys. Tua, AFC with the Dolphins. Burrow, AFC with the Bengals. Herbert, AFC with the Chargers. But who would really win AFC or NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year in Madden but Justin Jefferson? He had 1,416 yards on 78 catches. Also, 13 touchdowns. He only has star development, unfortunately, but that's definitely going to get boosted here in the near future. 91 speed, route running is getting a lot better, catching is getting a lot better, and I am sure that Justin Jefferson won NFC Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he did. Of course, with receivers, you will never see them for Offensive Player of the Year or for MVP, but you will see them for like Offensive Rookie of the Year and also Best Receiver, which Justin Jefferson also wins. Jay Jett is going off here in year number 1, having just a tremendous season. Let's go ahead and see his attributes as we simulate to season number 2, just to get a good idea of where we are. I think he should go up to Superstar Dev. I would be shocked if he didn't, with not only winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, but more importantly, winning Receiver of the Year. He will have made the Pro Bowl. He is absolutely going up to Superstar Development. I would be beyond shocked if he didn't. And I wonder if the new Madden update has actually put him as a Superstar Dev player. I kind of doubt it, but maybe. It's worth looking into. I'm going to check it out. Well, he has a new ability unlocked. So with the new ability, he is absolutely Superstar. I don't think it's possible for him to jump up to Superstar X Factor. I just want to see if he got touched in the title update. And he did not, which is, I think, probably good. I think everyone can agree that he's a Superstar caliber player, but just, it's a little too early to move him up as a rookie. Even though I do agree that he deserves it, it's kind of a tough spot. You don't want to overrate someone after just a rookie year, but Justin Jefferson has showcased skills this year that really aren't something that gets worse over time, because he's already showing intelligence as a route runner with really selling the route, and that's something that you get better at over time as you get more experience in the NFL, and he's already amazing. Yeah, he will have to vary his releases and what he does at the top of the route to sell routes more consistently as DBs get an idea of what he's going to do. But he looks exceptional right now. 85 overall, Superstar Development. Got 93 speed, 90 catching. Route running's all pretty good. Not quite into the 90s yet, but we have mid to high 80s going up. 87 spectacular catch. He should end up being amazing. And it'll be interesting to see if he stays on the Vikings his entire career. It really will be. We will simulate to the playoffs here in 2021. Actually, hold on. Let me put Jefferson in the slot to maximize targets, because that's a thing in this game. So let's go ahead and do that. Instead of Clemson rookie receiver Devontae Edison. Not a real player, clearly. And we'll also make Justin Jefferson receiver 1. Again, try and maximizing those targets as it would be in real life. So we will simulate to the playoffs, see what Justin Jefferson's all about here in year 2. Will he have a sophomore slump? Spoiler, no, he won't have one. I guarantee you. Did not make the playoffs in 2021, but I don't care. It's not about do we make the playoffs or not. It's how well did Justin Jefferson perform. Also, if you want to see me do a career resim for a player that was a bust, and of course we can't just like put him back in 07, but what would happen if Jamarcus Russell got drafted in 2021? Could be a fun video, as Justin Jefferson has a pretty solid year 2 with Kirk Cousins. 88 catches for almost 1,300 yards, but did get double-digit TDs with 10. Was clearly the best on the team, and is now at a 90 overall, which means he gets an ability. I don't want to give him jukebox. Let's give him, I don't know, like route technician seems like a no-brainer. Not really sure what these do in simulation. Slot apprentice stuff doesn't make sense because that's in-game. But grab and go, maybe? Again, I don't know if these do anything in simulation, but Justin Jefferson did have a very, very good season here. We'll check out yearly awards as Lamar Jackson was MVP. But Justin Jefferson, show me best receiver. No, Julio Jones gets it. Justin Jefferson is at number 3, though. But this Vikings team would not make the playoffs. And there's nothing really to show you right now because he's still in his contract. The Vikings are not in the playoffs. There's nothing really to track for Justin Jefferson at the moment. So we'll simulate to 2022 and see what's going on there. 2022, what are the odds he's up to Superstar X Factor? I'd say low. Well, I was wrong because Justin Jefferson has indeed moved up to Superstar X Factor. He's got Yak him up. Of course, all about yards after catch there. Wait, hold on. Rack him up versus yak him up? I don't know. I mean, again, does it really matter in simulation? I'm not sure. But Justin Jefferson, in just year 3, is a 90 overall, Superstar X Factor. And yeah, he's very, very good. Route running now is looking a lot better. Short route running is not really being touched. I'm going to have to do that manually if I want that to go up. But deep route running, 94. Medium, 90. Catching at a 94. Catching traffic, 92. Spectacular catch, 91. Justin Jefferson is becoming unbelievable. He does need to develop as a slot type, even though a lot of guys thought his position in the NFL would be as a big slot. And I think he could still be really, really effective in that role. Like you look at Devontae Adams transitioning to more slot snaps. You see what the Chargers have done with Keenan Allen over the years. Justin Jefferson could be really effective in that role, but also he's a beast on the outside. He's someone that you move him around and create those mismatches. I'll spend some Coach XP to get increased. Let's do receiver training boost first, and then I'll do increased player weekly goal XP next. But we'll simulate to the end of 2022 after putting Justin Jefferson in the slot, of course, and seeing what this team is capable of. Well, I say what the team's capable of. I honestly don't really care. I just care about Justin Jefferson. Also, I didn't even mention it, but Devontae Edison has superstar dev. I don't want to make a crazy statement here. He's a slot type. He's a slot type with his release and his short route running. But the crazy statement is I wonder if Devontae Edison ends up catching Justin Jefferson in terms of overall. I probably won't allow it to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if Devontae Edison got into the 90s and even as high as like a 99. I know that seems crazy, but it could definitely happen. The Vikings are creating the best receiving core in NFL history. I mean, they've had a really good one before with Chris Carter and Randy Moss. That was a crazy duo. But now with Adam Thielen, even though he's regressing, but Justin Jefferson and now this Devontae Edison character did not make the playoffs as the Vikings went 5-11 But again, that's not what this is about. How did Justin Jefferson do? Kirk Cousins didn't really throw for a lot of yards, and Justin Jefferson's production kind of faltered because of it. Still at 84 catches, still went over 1,000 yards, averaging almost 70 yards per game, had 9 touchdowns. Very solid season for Justin Jefferson. I don't think anyone would argue that, but it's not quite going to be receiver of the year type numbers, as the Steelers seem to have drafted a stud. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson, but best receiver goes to Allen Robinson. Jefferson all the way down the board at number 5. You know, still playing well. I don't think anyone would challenge that. Just not quite to the level of best receiver in the NFL. He is trending that way. He's just not quite there yet. And I wonder how much of that has to do with Kirk Cousins. But we'll see what happens in 2023. 2023, what did the Vikings do? Did they bring in a quarterback? Oh, they did. They actually did. Ryan Sutherland, 73 overall, star or better development out of TCU. Doesn't have much of a cannon, but this is the guy for the future to rock out with Justin Jefferson for his career. Jefferson is up to a 93 overall at just 24 years old. He's going to be a 94 overall in one game. 83 short route running, 91 medium, 97 deep. Catching traffic and catching both up to 96. Yeah, I mean, he's becoming amazing. I don't think this is a shock to anyone, but he is playing very, very well. And we'll see what the rookie QB can do with him. So, of course, Justin Jefferson was a first-round pick, which means he does have a fifth-year option. And the Vikings could easily choose to pick that up, and I'm sure that they will. But he is in the final year of his rookie deal. Although, I mean, he will almost certainly be here in, obviously, 2023, but also 2024. I don't really see him going anywhere. I know the Vikings are going to pick that fifth-year option up without question, without hesitation. But it'll be interesting to see how he performs in 2023. We're looking for best receiver in the NFL numbers. Another missed playoff season, going 5-11. The team sucks, and the offense was not very good with this rookie. He had a good season individually. I mean, broke the record for passing touchdowns for a rookie quarterback. But how did Justin Jefferson do? I mean, still a great season. 77 catches for 1,128 yards. Touchdowns is going down on a year-to-year basis. I mean, if you check it out, it is straight regression. 13, 10, 9, 8. But the yards are in a pretty consistent spot. He's still playing really, really well. It's not like, oh, touchdowns get worse and worse every single year. He had 2 touchdowns this year. He had 8 touchdowns. He has a touchdown in half of the games he plays in. Very, very good still, as Joe Burrow wins MVP. NFC best receiver, Zach Pascal? No. Justin Jefferson is at number 3. Zach Pascal, what are you doing? Wrong. That's incorrect. I'm buying QB training boost and increased player weekly goal XP. And, yeah, I mean, Justin Jefferson, they might not even pick up his fifth-year option because they might extend him forever. He might get a 5-year contract, 6-year contract, something like that, worth $20 million a year. That's what we're looking at right now, something in that range. Did Justin Jefferson get a monster contract extension? He sure did. 5 years, worth $75.3 million. And yeah, that's getting up near $20 million a year. Monster bonus as well, $33 million or just thereabout. He's 25 and he's a 96 overall. In just his 5th season, he's got 98 catching and catching traffic and deep route running. Medium route running at 95. Short route running needs to go up. Change of direction is starting to get boosted quite a bit because deep threat is going to max out. And then what are they going to do next? They got to do route runner. That's going to get maxed out. Then slot. Then physical, if those all get maxed out. He's only 25 years old. Justin Jefferson will continue to develop until probably his age 30 season based on Superstar X Factor. So, I mean, he's going to be money. He's going to be with this Vikings team for a very long time. Once again, I got to make sure to throw him in the slot. Devontae Edison, and they brought in Andy Isabella. Interesting. Devontae Edison is also looking like a pretty high overall. 88 overall slot receiver. He's an 88 overall. He is right on the heels of Justin Jefferson. Oh my goodness, Devontae Edison is catching up to Jefferson. I wish he was a real player, but no. They just drafted a stud. Sutherland has superstar dev as well. Did he have that? He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he already had Superstar Dev. Oh, this is a Vikings fan's dream right now. I mean, they're still going 5-11. Like, I don't forget that. But maybe I'll try him at receiver too. See what targets look like, because they're kind of going down for some reason. I'm looking for a change, and we will simulate to the playoffs, see how this team does. The offense was just a letdown last year. They need to boost the offensive line. Give the quarterback some time to throw. Give Sutherland some time to throw so that he can throw it to Justin Jefferson, who's probably making a DB look silly down the field. Another year of not making the playoffs, but 8-8 though. The Packers won the division at 8-8. 22nd best offense. Why is the offense doing poorly? I know the Vikings are a tough team to win with, but the defense is dominating. It's the offense that really just can't seem to find it. Dalvin Cook really isn't even getting that many touches. But Justin Jefferson back to double-digit TDs with 10. 1,200 yards on 79 catches. His numbers are pretty much identical every year. It's just whether he's in the slot or not. He is a 99 overall, 93 speed, 99 catching, 99 catching traffic, 99 deep route running, 99 medium route running. Short route running starting to get upgraded. Spectacular catch, 96 with morale, 97 release. Change of direction is up to a 95. I think it was 89 as a rookie. But Justin Jefferson is looking just ridiculous. Get it? Just is in his name. You get it. You probably got it. There's nothing really there. 2025 now. I don't know why the offense is underperforming. It's pretty annoying to say the least. Tell you the truth. Devontae Edison's a 25-year-old, 92 overall superstar dev receiver that looks amazing. He's like the opposite of Justin Jefferson. He's got the short route running, medium route running, deep route running, scaling down with spectacular catch all the way down. He's a slot monster that I'm not allowing to play in the slot because Justin Jefferson needs those slot targets. But he is looking just crazy. When short route running starts to get developed as it's about to be, look out. Look out. Ooh. Devontae Edison almost catching up to Justin Jefferson as a slot overall. But we will simulate to the playoffs, which, if history is any indicator, the Vikings will not be participating in. We haven't made the playoffs even once in this entire Justin Jefferson video, which would be just a terrible waste of his career. That would be devastating. Another year of not making the playoffs. This team went 6-10. It's the offense. The offense just really isn't developing. And I wonder why. Defense actually sucked this year, so never mind. Ryan Sutherland just can't seem to get over 4,000 passing yards, which is odd. We're in a playbook that says he should be way over that. But receiving didn't seem to matter for Justin Jefferson, as this year he found the end zone more than any other year previous. He dominated. 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns, averaging just over 69 per game. Nice. And I kind of have stopped looking at his yearly awards. But he, luckily for me, didn't win anything until 2024, where he won Best Receiver. That was last year. Steelers QB is getting really good, and our quarterback's getting some pretty good votes in there. He's up to an 88 overall. But for NFC Best Quarterback at number 5, but Justin Jefferson again wins Best Receiver. So back-to-back years. Didn't show it last year, but he didn't win it in any year previous. So we're lucky there. But it's not like he can even get upgraded at this point, right? Like, he already has Superstar X Factor. We can see his actual attributes develop quite a bit. I'm looking mainly at short route running. Can this get upgraded, please? Just spit all over myself. Seeming like a very different website. It is 2026 now. Edison's a 95 overall. What is going on? He's 26. He looks unreal. But you know who else looks unreal? 27-year-old, 99 overall receiver, Justin Jefferson. Short route running is getting upgraded. It's up to a 92. Catching still maxed out. Catching traffic, deep route running maxed out. Spectacular catches at a 96. Medium route running a 98. So those need to go a long way, of course. And then release 98, if I didn't just mention that. Agility's pretty good. Jumping's pretty good. Change of direction, staying at a 95. But yeah, he's pretty unbelievable. Obviously, in the top 1% of wide receivers. Is he getting any rushing yards ever? No, 0 attempts. Sometimes you'll see teams do that nowadays, especially like if they are built like a running back, like Deebo Samuel is. Has he done anything for kick return or punt return? No and no. So really, he's just a dominant wide receiver. But this offense, it's been a little bit lackluster, and it really doesn't have an excuse because there are some amazing weapons. I mean, look at the offense. The offensive line is, maybe that's the excuse, but 99 overall receiver, 96 overall running back, 88 overall QB now, and 95 overall receiver. Dalvin Cook is regressing because he's 31, so that's bound to happen, but why is this offense not putting up record numbers every single year? Oh my goodness, a playoff berth. The Vikings are in the wild card. Bears won the division at 12-4 though. 20th best offense. The offense still is just not picking it up. Ryan Sutherland is getting MVP votes for no reason. He's a 90 overall and he kind of sucks. I don't really know. He's 81 short accuracy. What's going on there, Ryan? Figure it out. As far as receiving goes, which is what we're worried about. Oh my goodness. Career best year. Unquestioned for Justin Jefferson. 80 catches for 1,260 yards. Averaging nearly 16 yards per catch. Almost 80 yards per game. And 17 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson is getting into the single season record books with that amount of receiving touchdowns in a year. It's his most by a lot. Now, he's not quite at his most yards by a lot ever. He's is that his second most? But if you check NFL records here for receiving touchdowns in a season, Justin Jefferson, well, he's not on the list, but he's tied at number 17. He's tied at, what is that, number 4? Yeah. Tied at 4 with 17 in a year. Going off. Receiving yards, I mean, clearly a ways away. He could end up getting in here, though. He just needs one just crazy year. It is quite possible. Now, for receiving yards in a career, he obviously has not been around nearly long enough. But he might make a pretty good argument to get in there. I'm sure he will, actually. As Gardner Minshew's on the Lions, and he's getting Offensive Player of the Year votes on a 4-12 team that he quarterbacks. That's interesting. That's interesting. Best receiver is once again Justin Jefferson. His legacy score is 5,700 or thereabout. If we check out receiver legacy leaderboard, wow. Wow. What's interesting about this, it's all current day players, right? I'm not really seeing anyone. How is Demarcus Robinson in the Super Bowls? Okay. Well, like for other positions, you see like all-time greats. I guess only ones that have been in Madden, though. So, okay, never mind then. I, for some reason, thought Brett Favre. I thought I've seen him in here before, but I suppose not. But for receiver, Julio is at almost 18,000. Has a Super Bowl, has 9 yearly awards. Who has the most yearly awards? Larry Fitz with 11. Justin Jefferson currently has 11 yearly awards. He has tied the most yearly awards ever in Madden. Wow, okay. Yeah, he's balling out. I think that much is quite obvious. We'll see how the Vikings perform against the Rams here in the wild card. They lost. 38-21, as this is a nice window to 2027. Now, it's a good time to note that Justin Jefferson's career in Minnesota could be coming to an end fairly soon, as his contract is nearing completion, right? When did he sign the extension? 2023? So does he have 2 more years left? I gotta relook at the details because I think I'm being a bit crazy here. Yeah, he does have 1 year remaining. So he is in the final year of his deal. He's a 99 overall. Short route running is up to a 98. Spectacular catch, 96. Release, 98. Justin Jefferson at 28 years old. Still not regressing. Still developing. And he is a monster. But is in the final year of his deal. Do the Vikings have enough money to pay him? Yeah, they really, really do. They have a lot of cap space, and I think that was probably saved in order to bring back Justin Jefferson long term. And look at Edison, man. 96 overall. He will still be developing. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't crazy to say that he was going to be able to catch Justin Jefferson, but he still hasn't yet. It's a sick team on offense. Defense kind of is what it is. Ooh, they have a superstar right in Jamal Favors. Seems like he's been around for quite some time now. But once again, I have to remember, get Justin Jefferson in the slot. He's so close to being passed by Devontae Edison for the highest overall slot receiver, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. I really don't. Even with regression, I think because of Superstar X Factor versus Superstar, I think Jefferson and Devontae Edison are going to regress, or are going to regress at the same time. So I don't think Edison will ever be a higher overall than Justin Jefferson. I think the most he can hope for is to tie him both at 99 overall, or like 97, 98, something like that. We'll have to see when regression hits and if Edison even stays around long term. But last year of Justin Jefferson's deal, does he want to go elsewhere and actually compete for a championship? It's another year of not making the playoffs at 6-10. 14th best offense. Sutherland is putting up pretty good numbers, but it's the defense that's so bad. Sutherland threw for 1 yard shy of 4K, 35 TDs, and then Justin Jefferson. Huh? Did I have Edison in the slot? No way. Jefferson just eclipsed 1,000 yards, had 6 TDs only. Like career lows for Jefferson, even though he's averaging more per catch. Devontae Edison had better numbers. Oh my goodness, what is going on? This Steelers QB is a joke how good he is. What about best receiver? D'Angelo Charleston gets it. Devontae Edison at 6. Justin Jefferson did not even make the list. Oh my goodness. Did I not have him in the slot? I swear I did. I mean, they took him out? They must have taken him out. That's wild. All right, let's simulate to the offseason. See if this team is going to sign Justin Jefferson or what the deal is. Let's see. Jefferson has signed a monster extension to stay in Minnesota. 5 years remaining on this deal. He's 29. He's also unreal. 99 catching, catching traffic, short route running, medium route running, deep route running, release. Spectacular catches, only a 97. Speed and acceleration are really his downfall right now at 93 and 92 respectively. Agility is a little bit low, but he's amazing. His contract was 6 years, $137 million, with a signing bonus of over $65 million. His cap hit will get to a high of $26.4 million. So it looks like he's going to be a Minnesota Viking for his entire career, or just about. 2028, looks like the offense is amazing. 89 overall. What happened? Well, Dalvin Cook is down to superstar dev, down to an 88 overall. Edison is a 98. Is he regressing? Shouldn't be. Made his second Pro Bowl, but Jefferson, I think he fell out of the slot. He's going back in there. You don't want to fall out of the slot. You want to stay in there until completion, if you know what I mean. It's a really good team, but I don't really care about that. I just care about Justin Jefferson. It's a Justin Jefferson career sim. It isn't the, oh, how good do the Vikings do? How well do they perform? I've already done that. Vikings Rebuild on the channel. Check it out if you haven't already. I've mentioned that before. But Jefferson is going in the slot. Do not take him out. Keep him there, as we'll simulate to the playoffs, which we probably won't make. Did not make the playoffs. Vikings finished 7-9 in a division where 3 teams finished 7-9. Bears won at 10-6, and the offense was terrible. 30th. What's going on? What is going on with these numbers? Ryan Sutherland was amazing. Those are great numbers. Receiving. Dude, are they taking Justin Jefferson out of the slot? What is happening? He only had 67 catches for 938 yards, 8 touchdowns. Devontae Edison, 1,100, almost 1,200 yards and 15 TDs. He's a 99 overall. He caught Justin Jefferson. Superstar dev, and he probably is going to go up to Superstar X Factor. What is going on? Yearly awards. Tua wins MVP. Didn't happen in his career sim. I guess spoiler if you didn't watch that video. Now you know he never won an award that was MVP, but whatever. Best receiver went to Devontae Edison. Justin Jefferson once again left off the list. I swear they got to be changing him. They got to be moving him out. Why? They're moving him out of the slot. Stop doing that. I'm never auto adjusting. That's never happened before. Like, for user team help, there's nothing that says we're going to change where your players play. That's not a thing. I'm just having them control, like, who actually stays on the team and who they bring to the team. But they keep moving Justin Jefferson out of the slot, and it is infuriating me. I want Jefferson to get crazy numbers, but it seems like in his career sim, the Vikings somehow managed to get something, like, better. It's hard to say better, because clearly Devontae Edison is a monster, and Justin Jefferson is also a monster. It's not better so much as it is, like, the same. Like, these are the two best receivers in NFL history on the same team. 29 years old. He's up to Superstar X Factor. His spectacular catch and release is crazy low. Like, so low. But he is a 99 overall still. Justin Jefferson, on the other hand, is 30, right? Not regressing yet. And is amazing at everything. He did get up to 99 spectacular catch and 99 release. You can't get better than that. He has straight 99s across the board for receiving. From catching to release, straight 99s. The rest is, like, athleticism based. But, I mean, he's pretty ridiculous. I think that's safe to say. Dalvin Cook is regressing pretty hard. Yep, Devontae Edison passed Justin Jefferson for slot overall. I wish so much that they would stop taking Jefferson out of the slot. Keep him where I have it, please. And we'll see what this team can do in 2029. Maybe I'll sim to the midseason mark and see if they change anything. I'm curious. I don't know why it's happened. This has never happened before. But we're in 2029 now. Jefferson is into his 30s. All right, let's see. Week 9, 7-1. First in offense. Okay. That's all we needed. Oh, Jefferson's going crazy. 782 yards and 10 touchdowns at the bye. Good Lord. Yeah, they took him out of the slot again. Stop doing that. I'm not auto reordering it at any point, and they're just like, yeah, nah, he's not going to be in the slot anymore. It's like at the bye week, things change up. So maybe I will just have to jump in at the midseason mark every time. As we will simulate now to the playoffs, it's clear to me that Justin Jefferson's going to have the best season of any receiver in NFL history right now, which was what? As we had a first-round bye. Calvin Johnson, in what was it, 2012? What were his numbers in 2012? He had, 2012, 1,964 yards, only 5 touchdowns. I think maybe his 2011 season was better. I mean, he averaged fewer yards per game, but did have 16 touchdowns opposed to 5 in 2012. I mean, Calvin Johnson was such a freak. But yeah, Justin Jefferson, I think, will be in the running for best season of all time. Ryan Sutherland threw for 4,300 yards. Jefferson should have benefited a lot and had 1,400 yards and 17 touchdowns on 99 catches. I mean, yeah, pretty good year. And he's upgraded so much that we actually can't upgrade him anymore. And it's given us that bucket thing. RBT would be bowled over laughing right now because it said bucket. Stats and contracts. Second most yards in his career. Tied for second most touchdowns. And, of course, second most average yards per game. As he plays a full season every single year. Yearly awards. Justin Hill, the Steelers QB, is the best of all time. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to our QB. And that's because the best receiver is Justin Jefferson. 93. Where did I get 93 from? Why did I say 9,300? Where was I getting that from? Legacy score. That's right. Legacy leaderboard. For receiver, Justin Jefferson is third all time. 13 yearly awards. Has shattered that record. And if we see NFL records, Justin Jefferson still not going to be there for season for receiving yards, but he's catching it. He's getting close. Just can't seem to quite get there. And with 217 TD seasons, they're still not giving him a spot on the leaderboard, and it is beyond sad. Let's check out career stats. Is he going to be in there for receiving yards yet? Like, probably not. He has 11,000, almost 12,000 yards all time and 112 touchdowns. That actually should be enough, at least for touchdowns, to be on the list all time for receiving TDs. Yeah, look at Justin Jefferson. Number 8 all time in receiving touchdowns, and he's only 30 for receiving yards. Not quite on the list yet, but he will be. He will be. See what this team can do in the divisional because, of course, first round bye. Beautiful. Do we beat the Seahawks? Yes, 21-10. Eagles, Vikings rematch to get to the Super Bowl. This would be big for Jefferson's career as he's going to be in the Super Bowl in Minneapolis. We're not going to be able to upgrade him. It says 3 players upgraded. I don't believe you. But Justin Jefferson finally, after not making the playoffs year after year after year after year, is finally in the Super Bowl. He's 30 years old. He is unbelievably good at everything. And he's still in the slot. Let's go. We're going to jump in, see what he can do. I mean, it's going to be on arcade mode. I'm going to bomb him down the sideline, and he's going to catch the ball. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to get a thumbnail, maybe. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but this should be a lot of fun. So I'm pretty much just going to do it at the end of the game. I want to see what happens. I would love a huge lead, so I don't really change anything. But I want to see Justin Jefferson on the field once, right? It's 14-10 Ravens, now 21-10 Ravens, but we answer with a touchdown. It's 21-18. Ravens go ahead 27-18. And that's going to be all she wrote, pretty much 33-18. We're going to hop in. Where's Justin? I'm going to streak him from the right slot. And he's not really open, but it is arcade mode. So he just catches it anyway. I'm going to do it again. He's on a corner route now. I mean, that's not good. But he just catches it anyway. Oh, man. First touchdown of the game for him. Man, how do you lose on arcade mode? Is it possible? But that is the game. Ravens beat the Vikings 33-25. I know I just said, how do you lose on arcade? And then I lost. But obviously, I mean, we jumped in randomly in the game. Jefferson, what did he do? 5 catches for 76 yards and a TD. Not really that amazing of a game. And you got to remember that some of these yards and the touchdown is from me just throwing it to him where he was guaranteed to catch it pretty much. So take that as you will. But what is his current contract again? He's got 3 years remaining. He's 31 now. But what I think is important to note is that he is only 31, right? That's still pretty young. He might be hitting that age of regression right now with Superstar X Factor. But he's still a 99 overall. He still probably has at least 4 more years of really good play where he can boost his numbers. Guaranteed, without question, first ballot Hall of Famer at this point. Is he going to be regressing at all? Let's see. He did regress a little bit, but he got upgraded right back because of the stored skill point. But for the first time, we are seeing some regression. Catching is down by 1. Spectacular catch down by 1. Release down by 2. You got to remember those were all 99s. So he's starting to hit that regression point at 31 years old. He's been in the league 10 seasons. He's dominated. If you check out his all-time awards, I mean, look at it. 2020 best receiver, 2024 best receiver, 2025 best receiver, 2026 best receiver, 2029 best receiver. He's been the best wide receiver for 5 years. It's sort of so weird that it was tough for me to get the numbers in there. He's made the Pro Bowl 8 times. And he's only 31. He can get more. He could realistically, feasibly get even more. 2030. I think he has, what, 3 years to go? Yeah, still. Didn't know if that would change the 2, depending on what they consider to be years remaining. But after the Super Bowl, that makes sense. Jefferson, back in the slot you go. And we'll see what he does in 2030. I will stop at the midseason. Actually, I'm going to test it. We're going to go to the playoffs and see if he moves. See you guys there. 9-7 made the playoffs. And I wonder what the stats we're looking at. 16th best offense. Sutherland had a good amount of yards. The touchdowns just never are really getting close to 40. So Jefferson's numbers can be held down quite a bit. And they took him out of the slot again. I mean, Devontae Edison got fed. But Justin Jefferson, I don't get it. I don't get why that keeps happening. So catching went back up to a 99. But yeah, his numbers were unexceptional. 807 yards, 6 touchdowns, only averaging 62 yards per game. It's very annoying that they're like, oh, no, we're just going to do whatever we want. We don't care about what you do. We're going to change it. Got eliminated in one game. And you know what? Good. Team is changing what I want to do. You deserve to lose. All right, 2031 now. Jefferson coming off of his career worst year, and he's now being relegated to receiver 2? No. And now it's funny. He's like a slot type. Short route running stays at a 99, but medium and deep are getting worse. Catching's down to a 96. He is regressing a bit. He kind of regressed hard. But man, it sucked to see that last season. It was just not where we want to be even at all. Simulated to the midseason mark, we're only 3-4. Not really doing too well right now. Jefferson's back up to a 97. I think he was a 96 at one point. Had to move things around a little bit. I just need to make sure he stays where he's supposed to be, as we'll simulate to the playoffs. Didn't make the playoffs. Went 7-9. Sutherland puts up the same exact numbers every year, it feels like, and they keep taking him out. He was there, and they just move it. Do I have to simulate week by week by week? Jefferson still had a really good year, don't get me wrong. 87 catches for 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. But once again, very narrowly outplayed by Devontae Edison. So when we check out yearly awards, I don't know who's going to win receiver of the year. It might be Devontae Edison. Devontae Edison's at number 2. Justin Jefferson finishes at number 6. CeeDee Lamb won it. This CPU is starting to infuriate me. Leave my stuff where I have it. Thank you. Oh my God. He may have made the Pro Bowl again. We'll check to see if he has 9 Pro Bowl appearances or maybe even 10. Although I don't think he made it last year. The CPU is just annoying me so much. And this is a glitch I've never experienced. I suppose, I don't even know what I suppose. I mean, we've done it with quarterbacks and Sims where I've had stuff on auto. But there's nothing on auto that would make them change the position, which confuses me. As, yeah, Justin Jefferson and Devontae Edison both regressing at the exact same rate. He is a 95 overall. Did regress pretty heavily, and even speed went down to a 92, but short route running stays amazing. Change of direction even went up. Somehow he's getting better at that as he moves into his mid-30s. Henry Ruggs to the Seahawks. And Jefferson should be going into his final year, right? Yes, 1 year remaining. He's 33. Is he going to stay with the Vikings his entire career? It's very possible. It's very possible. Did he make another Pro Bowl? Also, yeah, we're going to give him the captain shield too. Not that it really matters, but why not? Could have done that a long time ago. Awards. He has made another Pro Bowl. He has. He also won 2029 Best Receiver. Did I miss that? Maybe I did because there were just so many of them. Legacy leaderboard for receiver. Jefferson is still number 3. There's just no way he catches Larry Fitzgerald. His 15 yearly awards. I just don't see it happening. He's 33 years old. How much longer is he really going to be able to play? For receiving yards in a career, Justin Jefferson is not yet inside the top 10. He's got to beat almost 15,000. But for receiving touchdowns, he climbs up the list. 127. And after this season, he will pass Marvin Harrison. He will pass Chris Carter. Will he pass Randy Moss in his career? That'll be an interesting question. And I wish I could say he already has the Vikings all-time touchdown record by receiver. I'm going to say he 99% does because Chris Carter played with the Eagles for a bit. And Randy Moss obviously played for a lot of different teams and arguably had his best seasons for the Patriots, or one of his best seasons. Chris Carter has how many touchdowns for the Vikings all time? 110. Had 19 with Philadelphia, 1 with the Dolphins at the very end of his career. So yeah, Justin Jefferson, unless Randy Moss did some otherworldly type action in a super small window with the Vikings, he definitely has the touchdown record. Yeah, 92 touchdowns with the Vikings. I would have thought it was Chris Carter, and it was. How many all-time receiving yards does Jefferson have? 13-7. He should be able to pass Michael Thomas here. All he needs is just over 1,000 yards. Also, what is the contract of Devontae Edison? He's got 2 years remaining. He also signed a massive contract, although Jefferson's was slightly bigger. Very, very slightly. We'll see what happens in 2032. I'm going to try simulating to the playoffs again. It doesn't seem to matter. They just make the change one way or another if they want to. I don't know how to prevent it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn off auto stuff for a minute and see what that does. You know what I think it is? I think it's because I had injury management on auto. So I think if a player got injured, they maybe just reset my depth chart. That's my guess. Did not make the playoffs in 2032. Vikings went 7-9. Sutherland still doing about what he does every single year. Receiving, though, Justin Jefferson is back to his old ways. 84 catches for almost, well, over 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns. 82 yards per game. Very, very good year. And once again, he should be in contention for receiver of the year. And he did not win it. It's D'Angelo Charleston. Justin Jefferson finishes at number 3. But what will happen is, one, I'm assuming Justin Jefferson's going to make the Pro Bowl here. I'd be surprised if he didn't. But what should happen is, for NFL records, you're going to see him climb into the top 10 for receiving yards all time, pushing Michael Thomas off the list. He's got over 15K. If he plays one more season, he's going to pass T.O. He's going to be under DeAndre Hopkins, Julio, Larry Fitz, Jerry Rice. If he plays 2 more seasons, I mean, I think it's safe to assume he can get 2,000 yards. That would push him up to 17K. Wow. He could be top 3 all-time in receiving yards. For receiving touchdowns, he's number 4 all-time. He passed Chris Carter. He passed Marvin Harrison. He could catch T.O. with another season. Ooh. That's something. But, again, we have to note, he is... Oh, he signed a contract extension. 3 years, 90 mil. Worth over $20 million per year. $40 million bonus. Justin Jefferson, under contract till age 37. Is he going to play all that time? I mean, he's about to regress super hard right now because he's 34. I don't even know what's going to happen here in 2033. Should be very interesting. He can retire before his contract's over, but the fact that he just signed a 3-year deal, he's 34, still a superstar X Factor. He's still in the 90s. He's going to drop. He's going to be close to coming out of the 90s, so I had to guess, but I don't think he's retiring this year or next year. But he's gone. Did he retire? No way. He signed a big contract extension and then just retires? Oh, Justin, say it ain't so. Receiver. He's gone. He's off the legacy leaderboard. How is that so? I'm so confused. He just disappeared. Justin Jefferson erased from history. Let's see career receiving yards. He's down there at still at number 9. What happened? Receiving touchdowns number 4. He must have retired, right? He must have, but he's not on I don't know why he's not on the legacy leaderboard. To me, that makes no sense. Let's see NFC North. Retired. Nothing's there. I guess it would have happened last season. Voters did not vote for Tremaine Edmonds. Justin Jefferson was snubbed for the Hall of Fame? Trey Wingo's fine with it, as long as he's in down the road. Disputable numbers, but he belongs. Disputable numbers. Top 4 all-time in receiving touchdowns. Top 10 all-time in yards. Is this an actual joke? He retired for sure. I mean, they said. He retired at like a 94 overall. Let me simulate to the next season and see if he gets into the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that he was snubbed for the Hall of Fame with some of the best numbers of all time. I mean, I'm looking at the legacy leaderboard. Jefferson's just straight gone. He's gone. Looks like the Jags have some sick receiver. Greg Gatson. But Jefferson has been erased from history. Julio and Larry Fitz are in there because they, I guess, made the Hall of Fame. Where's DeAndre Hopkins? Where's any of these other receivers? That's so peculiar. Devontae Edison ended up going to the Miami Dolphins. He played another year. But Justin Jefferson remained with the Vikings for his entire career. Okay, I simulated to 2038 just to see if they put Justin Jefferson in the Hall of Fame. I don't know how that even works in Madden, but it seems unlikely. Yeah, Kyrie Irving is going to get put in. Is Kevin? Whatever. Yeah, so there are only 2 receivers who are in the Hall of Fame all time. It's Julio, who won a Super Bowl at some point. Good for him, I guess. And Larry Fitz. But Justin Jefferson did not make the Hall of Fame. Neither did DeAndre Hopkins, to be fair. And his numbers are ridiculous. Jefferson finishes with over 15,000 receiving yards all time inside the top 10. And 140 receiving TDs all time inside the top 5. So Justin Jefferson becomes unbelievable. Thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means a lot to me when you do that. So please, if you don't usually subscribe to channels, you want to watch some more of these videos, hit that subscribe button. And let me know who you want to see next down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
I hit it at the park, Ben Bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah. Promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. I'ma turn taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speedbird's good.